Crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 30. Six. So from the 36 now, right, first and 10.
Lucky 56.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22. First carry down for Rob Kelly. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. Watching now, Barney. Pass!
They'll set up to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. It's caught at the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. On now the Miami field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the taunts. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Well, Dumbo. Go. Get set. You waiting?
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call.
Down. You waiting? 29.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So now here come the Dolphins. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive. Creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Barney! Detroit! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun, escaping the pressure right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. First carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
It's Clement. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Watch him now, Barney! Watch him now, Barney! All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
On 3rd down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll look to throw. Left side here to Sanders. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. But he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Throwing now is Carr. Binds, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Derek Carr with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are in for 6. McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to his left. And his pass incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On the carry, here's Clement. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stopped short of the 30. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6.
Green 39! Green 39! Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check 48 to Mike. Check 48 to Mike. Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds Stills, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Barney! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Here we go now. Blue 90! Gun!
They're going to look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56. 56. Lucky 56. Let's go. Detroit! Detroit! Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Detroit! Detroit! Check. Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 Over! Turn up!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And now it's second down.
Watch it now, Barney! 48 Mike. Gun! Over!
Now back to throw. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good. Way wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
24. Down. You ready?
Throwing on first down is Carr. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Carr. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And out come the Dolphins now. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he stopped immediately there. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd down. On play action, now Carr. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the 1st.
Here we go.
Picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr on the move to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
You got 56 there. Down!
From the gun, it's Carr. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Operating from the gun, Carr. He sets to fire deep. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be fielded at the 17. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. They'll run with Clement. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the give, this is Drake. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The offense on third down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They stay on the ground with Drake. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down. They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go with a keeper, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. Again, this is Kelly. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now a handoff for Drake. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got him.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They'll look to throw here. And it's caught by Parker. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They come out here in the I. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So that one will be accepted. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a handoff looking right. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Now they'll run it on the toss. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
637. Now, you ready? Say 734. 29.
Back to throw. They'll hit Jackson complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
29.
Back to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good Danny Trevathan there to bring him down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure the investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. This to almost certainly win the football game. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Broncos, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
You